Data-Taters. J. Oliver Glasgow here saying, oh-wee-oh, oh-wee-oh. Can good come from evil? Well, every philosopher or theologian that I've ever spoken with has come to that conclusion. Even the great thinker Thomas the Tank Engine.
Every cloud is silver lined, even when it rains.
Not to cast aspersions on a fabled friend, but does it? Does every cloud have a silver lining? Can good come from evil? Well, to test this today, in a world where racial hatred is the driving force behind great evil, I'd like to posit for your consideration.
Submitted for your approval, or at least your analysis, who at age 41 is the biggest bore on Earth. He holds a 10-year record for the most meaningless words spewed out during a coffee break. And it's very likely that as of this moment, he would have gone through life in precisely this manner.
Okay. Submitted for your approval, Clarence Brandenburg. Clarence Brandenburg, a KKK leader in rural Ohio, invited a Cincinnati TV reporter to cover a white supremacy rally where hooded men in white robes carrying assault weapons burned a cross and called for revenge against, well, N-words, and Jews, I guess we could say J-words, and anyone who supports them. They went on to say that our Congress, our Supreme Court, continues to suppress the white Caucasian race and announced plans to march on D.C. next 4th of July. Well, Clarence Brandenburg was arrested and charged with and convicted for advocating violence and hate speech. The question set before you today, dear viewer, should he stay in jail? Well, if your answer is yes, if you're screaming yes right now at your computer, you're about to be shocked. This case, Brandenburg v. Ohio, was settled by the Supreme Court in 1969. Now, that's the same Supreme Court that helped establish and uphold civil rights. They determined that nearly all speech is free, including hate speech that even advocates violence against groups of people. Surprised? Well, today we have social media platforms that have hired panels of persnickety people that might not agree with a point of view that you have on something, and they can, whenever they want, fact check you, delete your posts or videos, shadow ban you, that's where you can make posts but hardly anyone sees them, or outright ban you. These same social media platforms hide behind government protection with no accountability. TV networks and telcos wish they had that deal. Social media sites don't have to adhere to the Brandenburg test, where the only speech that should be out is, quote, inciting or producing imminent lawless action and is likely to incite or produce such action. The very high bar, known as the Brandenburg test, has three distinct elements that must all be present at the same time for speech to be unlawful: intent, imminence, and likelihood. Well, that test protected Madonna when she said, quote,
"Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House."
Because it fails at least 2 or 3 required conditions. But would Facebook, Twitter, or other social sites censor Madge for that comment? Well, they might if one of those persnickety people got dumped to La Isla Bonita back when they were 16. That's not a standard. The Brandenburg test remains the standard to punish unlawful speech, and it hasn't been seriously challenged since 1969. That is, until social sites were protected from accountability in a 1996 law. Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act essentially bars people from suing intermediary website operators, a category ranging from social media giants like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, to vlogs, like the one you're watching right now, for wrongfully taking down content. It gives them immunity for what they call, quote, good faith decisions to remove or restrict posts, and this is in the quote, that they deem obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, excessively violent, harassing, or otherwise objectionable. Heck, that describes my last family reunion. But none of those passed the Brandenburg test. Oh wait, I didn't even finish the quote. The regulation actually goes on to state whether or not such material is constitutionally protected. Did you get that? Can one federal regulation stand in the face of the Constitution? Well, until it gets challenged before the Supreme Court and they strike it down, I guess it can. That means everyone watching this video can say pretty much whatever you want, but you can't do it on a social site if those panels of persnickety people don't happen to agree with your point of view, and our government says so. At Privacy Co-op, we're focused on preventing and even stopping the exploitation of our members' data, and we can't wait for new law or politicians on the take, or even three ghosts visiting Jack Dorsey on Christmas Eve. We have to pull together action now. On our site, you can click search from the menu and type social. We'll show you a growing list of sites that censor posts and submitted for your approval, their privacy policies and legal maps. You can read them all. Scary stuff. Or if you're in a hurry, you can simply click make them stop. We'll add you to a group of people just as angry about this as you are. And together, we'll make a forceful demand. Not to stop censoring or banning us. No. We'll make a group demand to allow us to keep using their services for free, but block them from exploiting our data for profits by opting us out. That is, until they do right by us. Can we actually do that? You bet your sweet bippy we can. It's in their own privacy policy, which is governed by the exact same law that allows them to censor us. While we wait for the governments around the world to make things truly fair, let's see who can outlast the other. We can deal with annoying unconstitutional panels of persnickety people, and they can deal with choked off prophets. I bet we win. That is, if they don't take down this video first. Until next time, this is J. Oliver Glasgow saying, I guess good can come from evil. Opt out. That'll get their attention. Later, Data-taters.